Everybody get ready to do your jazz hands. I still can't see anyone.
We're live.
You're live.
Yeah, we're live. We're
Oh.
live, and you can minimize it, Noelle, so you can see your Zoom.
Okay, thanks so much. We are live to Facebook. I don't know if everybody else already flashed their hands. I'm Noelle. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here with me and supporting me through this live. Thanks, Nicole. So tonight we do our reveal every Monday night of an awesome quote that we've all been focusing on, which we pull, a hashtag from, and everybody throughout the week gets to use that hashtag to, talk about things they're doing and what they love and things that ring true to them. So the quote for this week comes from the all-knowing sage Yoda, and it is, "Many of the truths that we cling to depend on our point of view." So I think we could pick that apart till kingdom come, but we're gonna go to Nicole tonight so she can talk about what it meant to her and also her hashtag and stories this week. Go ahead, Nicole.
Well, thank you, Noelle, for hosting tonight. This is so much fun. I just love this class. So this quote, of course, I'm a huge Star Wars fan and a Yoda fan, so this was just a fun one for me this week. And I found myself just really focusing on the things that I have been focusing on for the year. And when you're thinking about vision and you're thinking about what you want for yourself and others and all those things, and many of you know that my house has been under major construction for about 8 months. And this vision I've had for my kitchen is finally coming to fruition. And so the truth of the matter is that sometimes these dreams and these seeds and these things take a while to come to fruition. And if you're willing to wait it out and you're willing to, doesn't that mean you're always patient through everything, but my kitchen is finally coming together. And it has been like this major focus for the last week. And I can't wait to be able to do fun things with that kitchen and creating more content and all the fun things that I love to do. So for those of you who've been missing me doing fun things in my kitchen, it'll be back soon. So, but for this week and for this quote and for what we really do cling to, it matters from our perspective. Because I can tell you that I've gone through this little roller coaster of time, and those of you who know me well, to not have my comfort in my house, my home, etc., to be on that little roller coaster, my perspective sometimes was not as good as it could have been. But to see it now and to finally get to this place and to share it with all of you has been just awesome. So thank you so much for this quote. I just absolutely love it. And back to you.
Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, you have a lot under construction right now and always stirring lots of pots on the stove there. So thanks for sharing that with us. And Lori K.
Hey, you all. Hi. Hi, Noelle.
Hi.
This was really good. Through the process of doing all the hashtags, I feel like I'm getting it. I'm not going to read the whole quote, but the part that really stuck out to me was depend on our point of view. So it's my thought process. It's how I think of something or how I see something. And the different classes I've been taking lately have been right on point with that of the mindset. And so truth was important to me. And what I think the biggest thing that I took out of it was I'm a faith walker. I'm a truth seeker. Building my confidence. I think most of my points were of building confidence, building into others, and not focusing on my failures, but focusing on the truth of what the matter is and not something of myself, but looking beyond. So, and keeping God-centered with my truths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. So you have a leader and a guide, and you're using all of these things to develop mindset. And when you were talking, I just kept thinking of, the 4 agreements, the book, the 4 agreements, and kind of what that teaches in there. I won't go into that too much, but thank you, Lori, for all your beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad you had fun with it. And Denise Jones, always creating cool stuff in her lab there, coming at us from the gym in her stories. What's up, Denise?
Hi. this was a fun one, but all of them have been fun. This to me just means that my truth, what's true to me, like clinging to our point of view, my truth, like I think I did a post like see with your eyes, see the truth, So that's just me. It might not be true to you, but true for you, but it's just my point of view, how I see things, whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, whatever. My gym post, the truth is I need to be in the gym. That's the truth, So my products are the truth. I put one about recover, and recover is the truth. And that's no lie.
Yes, that is true for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you, Nicole.
Thanks so much, Denise. Yeah, I mean, really, when you're going to the gym and you're staying, in the game with that, some extra nutrition, some extra hydration, some extra things to keep our joints supple goes a long way, and that's the truth. So thank you.
Right, that's the truth. Right, Noelle.
Yep, I know. I love your reminders about that. And moving on to Kat. I saw some stories with cats. Tell us about what you were doing.
Yeah, of course. So I did have a bunch of posts of kitty cats. I adopted 2 new cats that were abandoned across the street, little Indy and Miss Gracie. And those cats just look at me like I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And whenever I look at them and they look at me that way, it reminds me now of how I feel about God and how he rescued us in such a big way, and it changed my mindset. So this quote, I focused on the point of view, and the point of view when I was lost before I realized how amazing God was completely different. I was trapped in this kind of mindset. But now, now that I know that God's just amazing and he just loves us with this unconditional love and he just wants to rescue us, it's just been awesome. So I did a lot of posts about these 2 little kitty cats who were adorable, and also God's handiwork, which is the plants. Every time I look at a plant and a flower, I just go, wow, that's amazing. He spoke and this is here. That's awesome.
Yes. Always creating.
So
yeah, well, I love to see the pictures of things in your garden that have just bloomed into so much beauty. So thank you for sharing those. We all can get out and enjoy a little bit of nature and get back to some truth there, in my opinion. Thanks, Pat. And Kay, you had some really interesting stuff going on this week. Tell us about what you were up to, Kay, with #truths.
Well, the quote of what we see is true, and I would think of things, and it was so like, okay, here's a stone, and you look at it this way, and it's boring, and you look at it this way, and it's gorgeous and it shines. So, loving where I live, being a new place, but people say, well, isn't it hot there? Isn't it humid there? So the perspective can be yuck, or the perspective can be, I love it. And if you can't quite figure things out, then you're more persistent, or the thing of procrastinating is solved by action, or doubt is melts away with faith and truth. So I found those very helpful to motivate myself for the day, as well as this quote to motivate me and say, okay, it's up to me. So back to you, Nicole.
Wow, that is so awesome. I love that, how you took the idea of using your stories to motivate people as well as yourself. That is so cool to tie all that together, and how you found some things that were just core truths for you. And when you're talking about, you can look at a rock from one side and it looks ugly, and from another side it's shiny and beautiful. It made me think of a geode. Do you guys remember this, where you crack them open and on the inside they're beautiful crystals? Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Kay.
I'll go find a geo for the next.
Yeah, I love those.
I thought of that as we started this.
Okay, Okay, we were on the same track there because that was what came to my mind when you were talking. So good. Thanks so much. And Carmen coming to us from Canada.
Hi. You know, I love this quote because the truth we cling to actually reminded me of not only my belief systems, but other people's like belief systems that we are taught, you know, when we're little and you know, and we just take for granted, and then our it just kind of works out that way, and that's how we domesticate ourselves. So when it depends on our point of view a lot of times about this, but at the same time, I think that sometimes when we get stuck in a rut and we want to change, but we don't know how to change, and you can't change by doing the same thing all the time. You have to change by doing something new and growing, and that growth means everything, you know, like asking questions and supporting each other through inspiration and things like that. Like this story Cell, like it's such a great inspirational change from everybody's point of view, that this hashtag truth was really cool that way. I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much, Carmen. I thought hashtag truth was like a really solid one. But I'll be honest, whenever I have the hashtag, I have the hardest time coming up with them. I don't know why. Like I put more pressure on myself or something. But thank you so much, Carmen, for sharing all of that. I appreciate it. All right, Jessica. Jessica's got lots of great, oh my gosh, color, and just, I love learning more about you through your stories, Jessica. So can you tell us more about what you are creating this week and what the hashtag and quote meant to you? If you're talking, you're on mute. Are you there?
Sorry. Hey, Noelle.
Hi.
So yeah, I really enjoyed hashtag truth. This class is helping me with confidence, and I just really enjoyed it. I did it mainly for motivation. Hashtag truth. It was definitely God-centered for me, and to help motivate other people and to show them that anything's possible, you know, with God. And you know, with my kids and everything that meant to me, the truth, you know. I even tried, like one day, it was my first time using matte lip gloss or matte lipstick, and I was like, hey, this is truth, you know. I mean, and I liked it. But just success and motivation and just everything that was true to me, I really enjoyed it. And so I hope everyone else enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that people that follow you and see your stories did enjoy yours this week. And I forgot to mention some of your, you know, your stories about your faith, and I saw those and I really love them. So like I said, I mean, I'm really getting to know you through these stories because you and I didn't know each other before, and I really love to see them. They make me smile. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right. Good to hear from you. And Dawn coming back from the beach, looking so beachy and beautiful. Go ahead, Dawn. Let us know what truths meant to you this week.
Thank you, Noelle. Well, in the quote, many of the truths that we depend on our point of view. The first thing that I thought of is my morals and values. And then the second thing I thought of with that is God's promises. You know, all of God's promises that are sown inside of my heart. And so with that, it really had me thinking and giving some of the situations that have gone on in the last few weeks. You know, it's also around family, friends, health, and spirituality for me. And so, you know, don't take tomorrow for granted. It's not promised to any of us. So tomorrow's not promised, so don't take it for granted. Not compromising your morals or values. Another one is taking time to reflect back on the journey and appreciate and be grateful and thankful for all the things that has come within the journey. So I'm grateful and thankful for my health, the products that we have, my secret weapon of Diseasia products that gave me my health back, my life back, actually. And knowing and really sitting back and thinking, God never puts more on us than we can handle in any given situation, even when we think, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. Well, he doesn't put more on us than we can handle. So there was a lot of things centered around that. And some of my posts, I put the truth hashtag and the truth in the actual text versus the photo. So I kind of had a little brain lapse there, but hey, it's okay. But, it was just more about your mindset, positive self-talk, life is precious, and just really, just following God's word and his will for our lives, and then just moving forward. So it was a really good hashtag for me this week. Great quote. Thanks, Noelle. Back to you.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. Yeah, no, I did see a lot of your stories centered around your health. And yeah, we have to be grateful. I think our health allows us to go out there and do more good works in the world, right? Thank you so much. And you look so beautiful. I'm jealous you were at the beach. And Kiwi's up next. Kiwi gets some nice cool time and looks all summery and fresh too. So Kiwi, what did hashtag truths mean for you in your stories this week?
Well, to piggyback off of everybody else is a little difficult because it was so amazing, everybody's takeaways. But for me, the truth is about being self-aware. And in the quote that Yoda reflects here, many of the truths that we cling to depend on our own point of view. So being self-aware of why we believe the way we do, right? And secondly, that if we put ourselves in someone else's shoes, how would we think? And really, for me, it was about sharing the truth of if we want to grow through anything, we got to look in the mirror, because the problem to most of our, the solution to most of our problems are in the mirror. So it's us, right? And that's the truth. So also just to talk about Yoda, and another quote that he has is, if we can, we can. If you can't, you can't. There is no try, right? So I'm a Star Wars fan, so I love this quote this week, and I love the hashtag truths. Like Dawn, I was doing truth. But anyway, we got our truth out. We got our messages out. And another thing that I love too is that through our stories in this class, we can share our truth and our perspectives and our beliefs and share those with the world. And like Kay said, the positives, that no matter how we think and believe, we can grow through it. We can change through positive thinking and really reflecting and looking at our point of view to see why we believe that way and put ourselves in other people's shoes. So back to you, Noelle.
Oh, thank you so much. I learned a little bit from each of you tonight. Thank you all. Because really, I think, like I said in the beginning, that we could really, this quote could be picked apart and probably a semester could be spent on it, even though it's got very few simple words in it. But truth or truths, either way, because sometimes they're plural, sometimes they're standalone. And I guess in the end, it just brings me back once again, as I brought up before, when Lori was talking about this book, The 4 Agreements. And I'll just go ahead and drop that I know that there's another class coming up pretty soon on this book, The 4 Agreements. And so, but it's just a book that I recommend for everybody in their life, just to give another perspective and know that ours isn't always the only one. And I remember what shook me a long time ago was just seeing a bumper sticker. I'm from California. It's a little wackier out there, but it just said, "Don't believe what you think." And I was in my early 20s, and that just sent me on a journey of finding out what I really thought that I did think. But Kiwi, I agree with you too, in that a lot of times in situations we're looking for the outside, the other, the thing that is causing something within us. And the other way to look at that is, you know, what is our role in this? What is our, you know, thought process in this? And maybe too, like Hebe mentioned, seeing it from somebody else's point of view can give a little grace in the situation. So, well, thanks everybody for joining tonight. And we'll be back next Monday we'll have a new quote starting tomorrow that everybody will be using a hashtag from, and we'll reveal it next Monday. So if you're here for some positivity and some hope and some new perspectives, then come back next Monday as well. Thanks so much for joining. Bye, everyone.